Hello students, कैसे हैं आप लोग? So today I want to discuss an important concept with you which is known as modernity. What is an important concept? Because it is related to the very discipline sociology. As per Anthony Giddens, sociology is systematic study of human life, human societies with a special focus, though not exclusive focus, on modern society. Means sociology and modernity are related. It is a systematic study of sociology is a systematic study of modern societies. That means we should know what is modern society, means what is modernity. Modernity as such can be considered as a phenomena that took place in Europe because of certain events that are particular to Europe itself. That means there are certain events that took place in Europe, phenomena, revolutions that took place in Europe, because of which the value system and the institution, the mode of production, all those things changed in Europe, which is known as modernity. For instance, if we start with Renaissance, then we can talk about age of discovery. Then we can talk about commercial revolution. Then we can talk about scientific revolution, and we can talk about Reformation movement. So 1350 or 14th century, mid 14th century onwards, these phenomena took place in Europe. All these things culminated into Enlightenment, French Revolution, and Industrial Revolution. Means if these phenomena, these events had not occurred in Europe, these were impossible. So these were kind of logical conclusion or consequence of these phenomena. These ultimately lead to modernity. That is the simplest possible explanation of modernity. Going by the definition given by Anthony Giddens again, he says changes in the mode of social life that were taking place 17th century onwards in Europe, which became worldwide in nature, later on is known as modernity. So 17th century onwards, if we will talk about it, he is mainly talking about Enlightenment, French Revolution and Industrial Revolution, because Enlightenment is like 1715 to 1789. Then French Revolution is 1789 to 99, and this is known as like 1760 to 1820 in England, and by 1850 the entire Europe became industrial. So he is saying 17th century, that means he is starting from here. 17th century means he is also acknowledging this and then this. All these phenomena took place in Europe, because of which the value system, what happened, what change did it bring? Means these phenomena brought in the European society, the value system, institutions, mode of production, means how production was taking place. All these things changed. This is the change. The change was there in the value system, institution, and the mode of production in Europe because of these phenomena. That is what known as modernity. For example, if you talk about enlightenment, it gives a special emphasis to rationality and scientific temper. If you talk about French Revolution, the mantra of the French Revolution is liberty, equality and fraternity, giving rise to secularism as well. Then Industrial Revolution give rise to industrial capitalism. Similarly, free will, individualism is coming from Renaissance also. Age of discovery discovered those sea routes and new lands such as India and USA for the European world, new sea routes. Commercial revolution introduced banking system, currencies, stock exchange, checkbook, etc., which were never taking place. Revolution is something that is taking place on the larger scale and which is unprecedented in nature. That is all happening here. Scientific revolution is starting from Copernicus to Kepler to Galileo and finally culminating in the work of Isaac Newton, Principia Mathematica. Scientific revolution brought immense change in Europe, and then Reformation movement, the work of Martin Luther and John Calvin, bringing change in Catholic tradition and establishing Protestantism. All these changes took place in Europe, because of which Europe changed totally in terms of value system, institution and mode of production. That is what known as modernity. And how modernity is related to sociology now? This changed world was required to be studied. What happened? Whether it is good for the society or not? What will happen in future? What kind of society we are in? What is the nature? Some were in favor of these changes, some were in against of these changes. Whatever literature came into existence because of this protest and in support created the foundation of sociology. That's why it is necessary to understand what modernity is. That's what modernity is. Thank you very much.